bring the bass.
Welcome.
Do not listen to instructions. God damn it.
Alright.
Welcome to another episode of the Otaku Hour. As always, I am your host, Delphin. Joining me this evening is Anthony.
Hi.
And Bryce.
What's up?
Welcome, guys, to the Christmas episode. Our holiday special, if you will.
Why don't we get a vacation like normal people?
No vacation. No payment. No vacation.
I want time and a half.
I love a vacation.
You said time and a half in the contract.
Okay, you get time and a half. What you get for time is zero.
I just want to
Time
open
and a half would be
presents.
zero.
I just want to open presents
Oh,
already.
you still get presents? Your parents love you that much?
No. I wish. And disclaimer, this actually isn't being recorded on Christmas, but you'll be watching it on Christmas.
Hey!
Maybe.
This is our present to you guys. We didn't really have a lot of time. I'm sorry it came out this way, but you'll forgive us, right?
And this is the first
Right?
time you're actually seeing us live. Kinda
Live.
Scary, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I am black.
He is. We weren't lying about that.
That was a true statement. That wasn't a
I
joke.
know sometimes he doesn't sound it, but
It's a true statement.
it's racist of you to think that they should sound a certain way.
You people can see me now.
I'm not saying
Well-
anything. I'm not incriminating myself. I'm not a racist.
Sure.
Sure
On
you're not.
camera.
Damn it. All right, so
So, I mean, it's the holiday special, but I think we need to add a little gloom and doom into it because Amazon Japan, I was reading up a couple weeks ago, Amazon Japan has started selling these Karada robots, which are these 12-foot robots, 40-ton monstrosities that you can actually pilot if you're rich enough. It comes with features. You can either, attach BB gun Gatling guns, water bottle rockets, which are like a giant rocket launcher if that's not scary enough, and a pile bunker actually made of metal that'll probably eviscerate anything that stands in its way. What do you guys think?
It's extremely cool for one. My
ordering-
second thought is always Japan.
Always.
Always Japan. Always Japan.
also, what the fuck, Japan?
Yeah, let's put that out there.
Like, seriously.
WTJ. WTFJ? WTFJ.
What the
WT
Japan? Yeah.
Yeah. Our ongoing segment, What the Fuck Japan?
What the fuck, Japan?
But yeah, like, I don't know, they would do that. Me and Bryce have always joked that if they're ever gonna make giant Gundams, it would be Japan. They've just been plotting this.
And
for
they did do
years.
the one. They did make the one Gundam that
know.
mysteriously disappeared.
Walked away
Walked
into the
away.
ocean,
They're like,
waiting.
And they also have the Gundam statue, which I think one day it's just gonna start moving, and then someone's just gonna get in.
It's a test run. They're finally doing it. You know, I bet you they heard one of our conversations. They're just like, all right, these kids are catching on to the test run stuff. Let's do this real quick.
There's gonna be someone like registered, like just like Amuro Ray. He starts visiting
Oh my
about
god.
it. Or he's working at the local Quickie Mart.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh shit.
Oh no. I did it with the accent. My bad.
No, but he's working there, even though there's one in Japan. He walks out, his name tag says Amuro Ray right by the Gundam. He goes in, he starts piloting it, like what the hell?
And that's how the world ends.
Pretty much, I can see that's how it
And
goes.
what a little bit scarier too is the interface for it. From what I've found out, or I may be wrong or not, but it's scary thinking about it. It's an iPad app. What do you guys think?
It's a bad idea.
I think anyone can just hack that. Like, you just get the right app on their freaking iPad and just be like, click, click, click,
It just takes one. It just takes one really, really good hacker who's a sociopath. Who
Right.
doesn't care.
And so you could be having fun. Like this all costs like around $1.4 million. So not a lot of people I think are gonna get this, but just the wrong people are. Like the rich assholes who have too much money.
just the wrong rich sociopath.
He's
Just
gonna
one of
program.
them.
He's gonna be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and his employees are gonna be like, "We want a union. Does this machine activate? Password encryption activated."
Launching the union.
or he just from a distance he turns on his Vita, which turns on his Mac. It's like, yes.
It's been Sony all along.
Oh, what are you doing, honey? I'm just playing a video game. Oh, those look like real people you're shooting. Like, yeah.
It's really realistic graphics. You know, the PS1, the PS4 has really, really cool features now. Watch what I can do. In the street outside.
Or you know what would even be crazier if like the death penalty evolved to death by mech. What?
What? Wait.
Wait,
I want the needle.
wait. To be honest, I wouldn't mind watching that.
Watching it or feeling that?
No watching. I don't want to be the
I
guy.
don't know.
You're the guy's like, wait, don't we just do life in prison anymore? No.
No, this is more entertaining.
We figure this is more humane. How is it more humane?
For us, because it's really boring to watch it, rot in
You
prison.
waste away. It's just not. It's not cool anymore.
Right.
It's not cool.
Well,
That's
We're Geeking Out is
horrible.
actually, or Otaku Hour is not horrible people. Well, the whole organization, we're not horrible people.
They will be assimilated.
We just have horrible. We just have horrible humor.
Yes, we do.
That's funny,
But that's why you listen to us. Right?
right? No, but yeah. So I think it's a very interesting concept that they're actually making a mech, but it's kind of scary because usually with technology, once one thing comes out, that's just the first stepping stone. To
Right.
just
Hey, as long
evolving.
as they draw the line before artificial intelligence is made, like
Well,
that's a total shitstorm. Imagine.
well, just linking it to what's been recently happening in the United States, Connect, and now they're able to recognize your face. when you
yeah,
walk
let's
in,
not. I don't need the
signing
Skynet
you
thing
in,
happening. Okay.
drones.
Okay, my people already don't survive movies enough. Okay.
Now you're just not going to survive your life.
I know, right? It's not cool.
So
not cool.
people and humans in movies will be replaced with mechs.
What the fuck, Japan?
What the fuck, Japan? You are just open up. See, I always thought it would be zombies, but now it's probably going to be robots.
Yeah, you see, but with the Walking Dead out, it's like a general manual that
Robot
everyone
apocalypse.
could use to survive. No one
Right.
really knows what the outcome is going to be when, like, in every scenario where there's like a robot apocalypse,
Terminator.
we die.
With the robot apocalypse, you're kind of fucked. Like, we have heat sensors. We sense you. We know you are behind that wall. Destroy.
I have a stick.
Exterminate.
I will serve you, mess. Ah!
We give no fucks.
Wait.
Oh, crap. He's programmed with the we give no fucks app.
Anthony has downloaded his conscience into one of the robots. I don't give no fuck.
Your last dying words before the machine executes you. It's like this.
That's negative.
What the fuck, Japan?
What the fuck, Japan? And that I think is a good place to end our segment.
But
What
in
the
all
fuck,
honesty,
Japan?
we really do love Japan. You guys do
We
great.
really do.
Just don't kill us. And if your Karatas fails, just don't come out with the Karatas Destiny, because that won't do anyone any good.
It's terrible.
Terrible idea.
You
The
hear me,
Karate
Sunrise?
freedom.
You hear me? Sunrise.
So if the people making the Karatas are hearing this podcast, we here at wearegeekingout.com would like, a sample of your product.
Please donate.
Please donate.
We accept all major donations. Or you can just give us the money it costs to make one. Or buy one.
Or buy one.
Either way.
That sounds like a car. It's like, hey, what do you drive? Karatas.
Like, Karata, what's that?
Doesn't seem very fast. Doesn't have to be.
RoboCop? No.
No.
Even better.
Even better. So, world's going to be ending, so might as well enjoy the little time we have. Now that we're here actually podcasting in this lovely home together on video for once. So, I wanted to bring up with you guys, we've been through a lot. We've watched a lot together, or by ourselves as well, and we've read a lot together. So, I think it's only fitting to recap the year.
Watched what? Read what?
A lot.
Well, what's a lot? A lot of what?
Don't worry about it.
A lot.
Question mark.
So, let's start off with manga. Manga's been a really big thing that we've talked about. A lot of things we read. Bryce loves the shonen.
It's my bread and butter,
Shonen
guys.
specialist.
It's my job.
He's our unofficial shonen specialist.
It's the one thing I get paid. Well, I don't get paid to do it, but still.
Totally unpaid.
Hey. He's right.
No paid vacation at all. Actually, no vacations. What am I talking about?
It's like slave labor. Slave labor.
Hey,
I do not say this.
not our words.
His words.
His words.
Help me.
We laugh because it's funny.
I'm not laughing.
Anthony's doing his best. Like, hey, no, I'm not involved,
Alright,
not involved
okay.
with this at all.
Yeah. So
Right.
what mangas do we read, our shonen specialist?
Dude, everything. The big three, which is not really
The big three.
accurate anymore.
What do you mean? What do you mean the big three is not accurate anymore?
Okay. In America, the big three would be One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. In Japan, it's more like One Piece, One Piece,
and
One
One
Piece.
Okay.
And it's not because in America those are like gateway mangas for the most part.
Right. That's what got me into it. Like Bleach and One Piece and Naruto.
Yeah.
I've followed it for what now?
When Bleach was good, and then when the One Piece universe was small and followable.
Right. Do you remember the Soul Society arc?
Oh,
I
so
love
good.
that.
So good. I think the last good thing that Bleach had, the last great chapter, set of chapters, is when this is post Eisenfree, by the way. This is on something terrible. Kubo, I don't know what you've been smoking lately, but this is on like the whole. Like the last one was like when Yamamoto used his Bankai. I think that was like the last seriously good range of chapters he had.
But that was a moment in like a bigger arc of shit.
Yeah. The moment of it was,
that's what he's good at though. Small little glimpse moments,
and then pretty
where
art.
Awesome things happen.
Yeah.
Pretty art, that they could apparently use for fashion modeling.
Yeah, because the thing was like with the conversation here is like, I think we should like talk about is that the big three. Like, which one do you think out of this whole year, since we're looking back on it, which do you think did the best this year
Wait,
out of Naruto,
1,
One Piece, and Bleach?
2, 3.
Naruto.
There you go.
And the thing is, all right, Naruto is gearing up for the end.
Yeah, I think he said it was going to end early 2014.
Right. And
Should be done.
it really is. And I think out of all the manga we've read, it's ending, like so far, it's ending on a strong note.
I would you know what's really good about Naruto? It's very consistent.
Yes.
Very consistent writing. And he leads you towards every arc, like, evenly. Like, you're satisfied when an arc ends and then a new arc begins.
Right.
Except for that whole Sasuke thing. That was a bit much.
And even though I didn't say anything, I also was thinking Naruto. So, it's like the thing is, one thing I've realized about writing and stuff like that, because I've seen it with a lot of American TV shows and a lot in manga, when you have a clear end sight in
Right.
mind, when you're going towards that clear end goal, then it's focused and the writing is better. But when you're just kind of dragging and you don't know where to go, Kubo. Because he restarted the series and then he went back into it. Though it's like he's all over the place.
How long ago was it that he said, "Oh, I only have 2 arcs left"?
Oh, and now we're on the final arc. But then okay, now we're having the final arc, which we mentioned on other podcasts.
Well,
before.
Kubo, did you guys hear? Kubo uses the infinite arc system.
Right. Everlasting loop going around and
never
around
ends.
and around.
You clarify that a bit more. What is this infinite arc?
The infinite arc system is where he takes one major arc and breaks it up into an infinite amount of sub arcs.
So basically, Kubo, Oda, and Kishimoto face off, the authors of each respective manga, and then Kubo's special move, infinite arcs!
Infinite arcs! And then Oda and Kishimoto just sit down and is like, what the fuck is this? What are you doing?
Kishimoto's just like, end goal.
Money.
Kishimoto knows exactly where it's going. It's a linear storyline with like some diverging like plot point.
Oda's like,
You don't
halfway done.
Really, Oda? Really?
Kishimoto's like, money shot, end goal.
There we go.
And Oda's like, long manga.
Oda's like ever expanding universe. I don't know what's going on anymore. There's that Fishman thing that happened this year.
Yeah. He brought Sabo back.
Right. That I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Really good. Really
Because I
good.
think he gave himself halfway done as an excuse for him to just keep expanding and not
Right.
give himself a limit.
But the thing is, like, I understand in Shonen that the main characters go from, really weak, then they go to training arc, they get better, they keep fighting people until they get better and better and better, and then at some point there's going to be a blank year time skip, and then they come back and you're excited, they're back, they're going to be better. Oda jumped a little too far and made Luffy and the gang a little too strong.
Yeah.
Well, you know what he did? He, in one of the later one of the latest chapters, I said later because I wasn't thinking. One of the latest chapters, he showed that an admiral is still pretty up there in strength.
Right, but I mean, during the
It took him
Fishman
a while to show that. I think
Yeah.
he was
Right.
having a little bit of a corner where he didn't know how to write it.
Yeah.
Because before the time skip, I felt like it was leading up to that, though. Like, they had to. At this point, they had
Right.
to be that broken. But then the problem with that is now they're
Who's
so
left?
broken.
Yeah.
Because it was a dilemma. It was just like, how can he power them up and then they wouldn't still be strong enough to give
Right.
Akai Inu a kick in the ass?
Right.
But
Who
then
needs it?
How do
He
you,
really does.
How do you make them that powerful but then not have a challenge? So it was just
Right.
really like...
But see, like the 2 big arcs that have been going on this year, like 2 of the 3 that's been going on this year, the Fishman arc, Fishman Island arc rather, and the thing with Caesar.
Yeah.
No threatening presence there made it very uncompelling to read sometimes.
I think the whole point he did those arcs was to showcase like the power of hockey, because he's been doing that a lot.
He has.
He's been doing that a lot. Like the Caesar arc was basically to show, okay, how well will hockey work against Logia types.
Right.
Because he had 3 Logia types in that arc. He had Caesar, Monet, and Smoke. Smoker.
Also with the whole going along off that, I think the reason, because after the time skip, everyone in their mind was thinking they're gonna power up and they're gonna go straight to fight these guys, Akainu, the Animals, straight where they left off.
Right.
But I think with manga, the way you have to do is you have to pace it where they have to go through this shit first before they get there, else you have no story, because he's only halfway done. I'm not saying that's the right thing or the wrong thing, that's the typical thing to do. But the problem there is, like you were saying, he powered them up so much that these guys are like small fry right now. They're just in the way. It's just
and I think now the third arc is where he's finally finding his stride, because now they're going up against Shichibukai, they're going up against like the admirals, and they're fighting tough battles. Like Sanji got his ass beat.
Yeah, you know, and I did not see that coming, because they did show the growth of Zoro and Luffy, like to a certain degree. It's like, oh, okay, they're pretty powerful. And then they show Sanji, which I thought who is like the main like
I thought he was always
third tier character,
kind of on par with Zoro.
I would say
Sometimes.
I would say on par with Zoro, but then if you look at the training that Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji did, Luffy trained with Rayleigh,
right,
and Zoro trained with Mihawk.
Right.
And then Sanji trained on an island of transvestites.
Ran away, which was helpful. He was fighting for his life. Shout out to Nelson.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. Oh, damn.
Stop.
But
I'm sorry. We really do miss you, Nelson. We joke a lot, but he's right now on a ship fulfilling his dream, like in One Piece.
Yeah.
He's going to search for his ocean blue.
Hey, you know what? For Nelson, we're going to give you the 4 Kids opening for that. But, yeah, you don't get the Japanese opening.
You get it during the break.
But honestly, like, let's be honest. For Sanji, the only way Newkama Kempo would have helped him is if he was becoming a transvestite, but that's how it would have helped him in that way.
No, I mean, he was running away so much that he had to develop these new techniques where he could run away into the sky.
You know what's weird? They don't show that Sanji learned hockey at all. It just seems that his Diablo and Jamba got stronger.
I mean, he didn't really get a lot of chance to
only worked out
like
his
show
legs.
off yet.
Oh, true.
So like
He had that fight against Virgo, and then
he did, but then nothing happened with that really. And then now the fight with
Doflamingo,
with Doflamingo,
who was Luffy's guy, so we knew that wasn't gonna go anywhere.
Like Sanji really hasn't had a chance to show off yet.
True.
I agree. And on that note, I think, you know...
Do you guys still want to go through Bleach in depth?
I don't.
I don't.
I have nothing to say. I just feel like every time Bleach, like, peaks a little, goes up, like, and then it goes back down.
I will say this. Do you all remember in the first few arcs where Renji was, like, badass?
Yeah.
He brought him back to a little badass in the last chapter.
See, because Renji's been a...
He's been a bit of a bitch, but now he's like back to they even gave him the former shades he used to have, the long shade visor.
Nice.
He gave that back to him.
I haven't read the recent chapter just because
it was good.
Well,
it was good.
I'm that uninterested.
And they made him more Captain-esque, because you know how captains never really use their Bankai unless you're Hitsugaya.
Honest,
right,
all
the
It's
time.
absolutely necessary. They showed off Renji just completely relying on his Shikai this past chapter. I'm like, oh, look at Renji growing up a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Usually for me, like, he used to be badass until Ichigo completely crushed him in the beginning of the Soul Society.
Right.
That's
And
what
then he's always
he didn't
been
even know
in
what
Ichigo-
Getsuga Tensho was. He was just like, cut. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
happened.
shit.
Honestly, like, my usual routine for reading the 3 manga chapters comes out, it's like, oh yeah, Naruto. Read it through. All right, it's solid. It's the same thing, because, you know, that's, like, it's
Right.
not amazing and it's not bad. It's great. Like, it's good. It's solid. But then Bleach, I just don't care enough, so I just trudge through it. But it ends always really quick. So it's like,
Right.
quick and painless. And then One Piece is just the text, and it's just so
It's everywhere.
long text everywhere.
Yeah, for a shonen, it's weirdly very like
Lot of reading.
chatty.
And more often than not, like more than half of the panels of most of the pages
bubbles.
are dedicated to characters I don't care about.
Right.
Either random new characters like little Smurfs or like whatever's going on.
It's been a lot of backstory lately too.
Yeah, I've been
Like-
getting a lot of flashback towards One Piece.
Right.
A lot of flashback. But I think that whole purpose is to postpone the fights as long as possible.
Right, and it's also kind of building the world because he likes doing that.
Oh, yeah.
They keep traveling to new places, so we need to learn about them.
I mean, one of the 4 Emperor ships just showed up.
Right. See, a lot of shit happened recently in the last chapter.
All in like 2 chapters, like the shit hit the fan for the Straw Hat
Big Mama's
Pirates.
coming.
Because I think the reason, the bad thing, not the bad thing, but the hard thing about doing world building in something like One Piece is that the original concept of One Piece was traveling, adventures on a pirate. You're going to obviously see all these things, all these different peoples, all these different cultures. But because you've come to expect like all this action, and the reason it's become so popular is because of all the action, the second gear, all that's happening.
Right.
It gives it that fast pace that you don't want to slow down. You want to keep going and see what happens.
So, I mean, we've lost, in a way, we kind of lost those moments where we can just enjoy learning about the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
But hey, it's still, lately with the recent chapters, it's picked up, but I won't give it to it enough that it got the whole year.
No, so, I mean, we're saying Naruto out of the 3, number 1.
I'm gonna give it to Naruto, definitely.
Number 2, One Piece. And number 3, deservedly,
Fairy Tail.
Bleach.
No.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna leave 3 blank. 4 Bleach, 5
Fairy
Fairy Tail.
Tale. We'll find something for that 3 slot.
Beelzebub's doing good.
What?
Beelzebub's doing good.
It is though.
It's actually doing pretty good.
don't read it.
I know you don't read it, Anthony, but
I
like,
never got into it because it was comedy, so I was just like, eh.
No, it's no more comedy. Oh, it's
but, like,
really good.
I think it's heading towards a wrap up too, though.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
That's
How about the feels? The last chapter, the 2
Yeah,
chapters
holy
ago.
shit.
The feels. Oh my
That's how
gosh.
manga gets good, when it's reaching towards the end.
Right, and it's ending on a high note, like
really is.
Naruto.
It's ending strong.
That's how mangas and animes and
'Cause-
shows should end.
Because a lot of we've been through a lot too of manga, and some of them have ended this year that are just really big letdowns. Like
Soul Eater. Soul Eater.
Soul Eater, Dead Man Wonderland, was Reborn this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was this year.
earlier last year.
Letdown.
That was one of the worst
Yeah.
endings I'd ever seen.
And so
Especially with such a strong ending arc story that they could have ended
Yeah.
it on.
there was so much we could have seen, but I mean, it wasn't that good. So, shopping blog, you know.
There you go.
So I'm just really happy that Naruto is something I've been watching for so long, reading, keeping up with for so long. It's ending on a really high note so far.
By the way,
Yeah.
Don't
Madara
fuck it
is
up.
batshit insane.
Yes, he really is.
Just
Pretty much.
want to add
Dude, he
that.
has a freaking face on his breast.
Dude, he's freaking licking himself in the chapters. He's like, yes, my blood. I'm like, what?
What?
What's going on here?
Is he a vampire?
I don't know.
He reveals in the next chapter, I'm a vampire. Like, all right, okay, we get it. You got the Renegon, you got all the shit.
He has one eye.
All right, so
Cyclops. He has one eye.
Actually, he did do something like a laser beam or something
Oh my
last
God.
chapter.
All right. Yeah, but, we're not the manga specialists here.
right. I
We're
mean,
just the shonen manga specialists.
right. I mean, just shonen specials in general.
I'm
Yeah.
working on my other degrees, okay?
Right. He's
coming up.
we're getting him started off with some
Slice of Life is next.
slice of life.
I will never do shoujo. I swear to
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. We have our
We're at
associate's
University.
degrees.
We culture our members.
Right.
We're
so,
anime fueled and manga educated.
new tagline. I like it.
There you go. Check us out. But yeah.
Well, enough with self-promotion. I think the next thing I want to talk about with you guys is this lovely bracket we've come up with to argue about the best anime of the year. And what we've decided, listeners, is that we would take the top 4 from every season, starting from the winter of last year going into the winter to like the early part of the year. The best animes there, the best animes for the next season, the next season, the next season, and just having go head to head to each other. And so this is just our opinion. Like, a lot of people can have like their own favorite anime of the year. And if you do, just, let us know in the comments what you guys think. But this right here is what we've spent a good 30 minutes coming up with.
Yeah, and these are, of course, animes that air seasonally in Japan, so...
Right.
And they're usually, you can actually access them. Most of them have been on Crunchyroll.com, which is
Right.
a legal streaming site for anime.
You
In
just
the
say
United States.
illegal streaming site?
Illegal.
No.
It's a
It is
legal,
a legal streaming site.
site.
In the United States of America, Crunchyroll, if you're listening to this, you're welcome.
Actually, I would rip my shirt off. I have Crunchyroll.com shirt underneath, but...
But you look so sexy.
I know.
Shameless
I won't ruin
plug.
it.
Shameless plug.
Nah, no, not for them. I'm kidding.
We love you.
Not until we see a paycheck.
Pay us.
No,
All right.
yeah.
So that was Justin. He'll be on the podcast a little bit later, but he's just commenting from the side now. And just really quick, since we have been interrupted by our live studio audience every now and again, I'd just like to give a shout out to Manda, who's been helping us on the website, Megan, who's been on a few episodes, and of course Justin, who will finally do a Manga Minute sometime during this episode.
Look forward to it.
It's going to be exciting.
It is going to be exciting. I can't wait to hear what he has to
Why
say.
does it feel like we're wrapping up?
I don't know. But I'm just trying to transition us back into our lovely bracket.
Well, yeah, what I was saying is you can catch these animes on Crunchyroll, but again, the animes we're going to discuss have all been seasonal animes in Japan.
Right. So
if you haven't been watching, you'll just take these as recommendations.
Right. So these are our best of each season. We'll go through each season first, and then we're going to talk about the best out of all 4 seasons at the end. From where we actually haven't finished. We have yet to pick our top pick of the year. It's just because it was that hard and we needed to start the podcast, or else we'll be here forever
And ever.
and
never.
Anyways, without further ado, let's start off with the winter season, which is the most disappointing season. And you know why, Anthony. What is our one pick from the winter season?
There's really anything to watch that winter. We're talking about winter 2013, which last, well, this year. Yeah, pretty much.
Winter 2012, 2013.
Yeah, and I only watched one thing, which was
Right.
abbreviated Mao Yu.
Mao Yu. It was a really good show about a demon lord, female demon lord, and a male hero getting together to fix the world through economics.
And they had no names. They were just Demon Lord and, and Hero.
Everyone would refer to as style Demon Lord, Hero, Knight was the another character.
Yeah.
Then there were the maids, which were kind of confusing because it was older sister maid, younger sister maid, and the head maid.
Sounds like a board game.
Pretty
It does,
much.
because
It was kind of like Spice and Wolf meets the Underworld.
right. And I mean, it might sound boring that I say it's about economics, but it's actually really interesting. So it is our top pick of the winter because
I have nothing else.
that was all there is.
And I didn't watch anything from the winter.
It was a very cold and desolate winter.
Yeah, but now,
It was actually not that bad last winter. Weather's pretty good.
well, in terms
Except
of
for that
it,
one snowstorm.
Well, cold and desolate winter in terms of anime.
Oh.
which did lead into a spring of awesome for us.
Spring is new life.
Wow.
Very philosophical
Anyways.
here.
So the top 4 we have for spring: Valvrave versus Gargantia, which was a really good anime. So
Yeah, we pitted each animes. We put them into brackets and, like you said, and pitted them as
Right.
one-on-one fights
So-
to see who would win.
these were all randomized, so they may not actually be entirely fair.
Yeah,
But
because obviously
You know.
some anime stats are above other anime stats.
right, but this is how it ended up being. So the first one up, Valvrave the Liberator versus Gargantia. Do you want to give a quick summary of both, Anthony?
Valvrave versus Gargantia. Valvrave won.
Right, Valvrave won.
Valvrave won on a technical KO because on a TKO, as I would like to call it. Because
Right.
Gargantia was very good.
It was absolutely excellent. It was a self-contained show. It lasted 1 season, wrapping up really nicely too.
And in Valvrave, we're counting as the 2 seasons, right?
Right, we're only counting Valvrave once because we know Valvrave is still going on, and those two together just crush Gargantia.
Yeah.
Because it was a good first season. It's been an excellent second season. You can agree with that, right?
Oh, it's been a really good second
Yeah,
season.
it's been a good-
Makes me want more. Unfortunately, the last episode's coming out soon.
Right.
Yeah.
For season 2. We're hoping for
good-
season 3.
been a good second
Sunrise.
Yes, Sunrise. Give us Valvrave Destiny. Only
No,
keep
no,
the
no,
same.
No.
No. I don't want to see the Strike Valvrave Freedom riding through the sky.
No, we can call it Valvrave. This wait.
Wait.
Valvrave, the seed of the liberator.
Wait.
Oh, God.
Isn't freedom and liberty?
Something wrong.
Guys, isn't liberty and freedom kind of the
I
same
know, I
thing?
was just thinking about that. Liberator, Freedom.
Oh
stop.
God. Oh, Sunrise.
Well, yeah. Basically, I think Valvrave had a few more points in,
Right. An entire season's worth of points.
yeah, over Gargantia.
So we do recommend Gargantia, but in this matchup, Valvrave just has
Also,
to.
I like the pacing better in Valvrave.
Well,
like-
it does have 2 seasons.
Well, no, I know, but in general, like Gargantia is like a slower, more slice of life, but then eventually it gets plot, so
Right.
focus. But yeah, long story short.
Long story short, Valvrave's moving on to the next round, being joined by the winner of this next one, Attack on Titan versus Snafu, and Snafu is short for
My teenage romantic comedy
Snafu.
I give up. Snafu. Yeah.
Snafu.
My teenage romantic comedy could not be so.
It was already too long of a.
Oh wait.
Already too long of a name.
I didn't
Attack on
think-
Titan.
Yeah. Whatever.
Attack on Titan
So whatever. Attack on Titan.
had a huge push this year.
know, like-
I would say it was one of the bigger pushes for an anime.
Super
like
hyped.
Yeah, it was
Really,
really
And I
hyped.
think Attack on Titan won complete knockout because you picked this anime, which is nice, like a nice good slice
Right.
of life, kind of comedy romance anime. You put
Right.
it against this Titan, of
Literally
anime.
a juggernaut. Yeah, literally, it's a Titan of an anime.
Crushed it. It was like, okay.
Right. Just like all the people in Attack of Titan.
And to be honest, Attack on Titan propelled me to read the manga. So there
Right.
you go.
And the manga's been doing really, really well.
Yeah, there you go.
Really good.
So well that the author of Attack on Titan now does not want to kill off his cast. He's making money.
But see, that's exactly what we're reading it for, though.
We want them to die.
He totally took our idea, by the way.
I know,
The
right?
Titans were humans. Like, hey, whoa.
All I can say is, called it.
Spoilers.
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 You know what? No. Yes, Titans are humans.
Read the manga.
Spoilers.
There you go.
No, definitely read the manga. If you're waiting for the anime to start, just read the manga.
Right.
It's so much faster.
So,
Well, technically, it's
Right.
a month for a chapter.
It's faster.
so joining for the second round, we have Valve Rave versus Attack on Titan. Two really good animes from that season. What were our thoughts?
Valve Rave vs. Attack on Titan. You know what? Take it away, Bryce.
It was a tough one for us. It
really was.
We broke down both seasons of Valve Rave compared to the one season of Attack on Titan. And while both of them had their strong suits and weak points, I would say there are a little bit more weak points in Attack on Titan than Valve
Right.
Rave. Not from just reading the manga, if you just watch the anime itself, because I started watching the anime before I read the manga for Attack on Titan.
Okay, so did I.
And compared to Valve Rave, it had a weak ending. Like if you compare the ending of season 1 to season 2 of Attack to season 1 of Attack on Titan, because we know Attack on Titan's coming back.
Right.
But like the ending was really weak. They left it off on a weak note. While Valve Rave, the Liberator, gave you like, oh look, hope for the future
Right.
for season 2. Like
And
you
it
were
really
really pumped.
wanted you, like, it was really making you want more.
Yeah, Attack on Titan is just like, eh.
And also for Attack on Titan, at that point, I'd already read the manga. I wasn't really too invested in
Right.
the anime anymore. And even though I did watch some of it, some stuff was like, some of the animation or some of the character dialects was done a little too dramatic. It was
A little bit.
Like-
thrown it off a bit.
And to be honest, like, the hype doesn't help it as much anymore.
No, it's actually
it's getting overhyped.
It's hindering it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hindering it. What it is. It's weird because you look at the animation for Attack on Titan and it's like, okay, this giant Titan
Right.
is punching this other giant Titan, and they're trying to make it like all mixed martial arty and stuff
little
like
bit,
that.
but just
and
no.
then you go back to what it looks like in the manga. It's just like, well, it's not this thought out process
Right.
when they're fighting. It's just
They have to do it this way or
yeah,
else they'll die.
It's like this has to happen.
There's been
Right.
so many like Attack on Titan memes that it's just been crazy. Like,
Right. The most recent one I've seen is, and it really is true, apparently Attack on Titan uses blood spatter the way a lot of other anime use Sakura blossoms.
Interesting.
Just like whenever you see
Very
an anime
gory.
just scattering Sakura blossoms, just think of Attack on Titan and all of the
It's
blood.
very romantic. Eren is holding Mikasa's hand, and then blood spatter just spurts in the air. Oh, it's so beautiful. Mikasa, the colors.
Like, you guys are fucked up.
Or he's just holding Mikasa's hand, and it's just Mikasa's hand.
That's how the series is gonna
Actually,
end.
it would be accurate if Mikasa holding Eren's hand, just Eren's hand, and then kissing it.
Yeah.
It would.
They would. So, in short, our winner for this round is Valve Rave, which is moving on as the best of the spring.
Yeah, that was the best of the spring.
Well,
That is the
we don't have
reference.
music for you, Valve Rave. Just take the win for right now. Okay?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There you go. Happy Valve Rave. So, moving on to the summer of Slice of Life. Because that's all there was that summer. And Bryce, I know you're still working on your Slice of Life degree.
I am.
But I think the top 4 that we did pick are really good starting off points for you.
Okay.
And those 4 are Servant X Service versus Silver Spoon.
Now, I've heard a
And-
lot of good things about 7X Service from you guys. Just wanted
Yes,
to-
Yeah, I thought it was
it's a
really
really good like anime, and so is Silver Spoon. Like, Servant X Service is about it's a slice of life about it's an office comedy. They're working at a civil service place. I don't know what they're called in Japan,
Yeah.
but basically they do paperwork and stuff. But it focuses a lot on the relationships between the characters, and Silver Spoon is about a farming high school, like agricultural high school, and all the wacky things that happen
in the farming part district kind of like area of Japan.
In Bumblefuck.
Oh,
There you go.
The Japanese province of Bumblefuck.
oh, east or west?
Oh, West Bumblefuck.
Oh,
But come
ooh.
on, East Bumblefuck? No one goes to East Bumblefuck.
No one really does go to East Bumblefuck.
No one ever goes to East
And
Bumblefuck.
sorry if there is an actual place called Bumblefuck. We apologize for that right now. The people of that community should get together, make a petition, and change your name.
So those two pitted up against the other was a really difficult thing for me and Anthony to come up with a winner, because they were both really excellent anime. But in the end, we decided with
Yeah, because we both watched it, and Silver Spoon is really good. And a good thing to mention about these two slice of life animes, like recently I've seen a lot of animes that are about topics or concepts that I never thought would be interested in,
Right.
would be interesting or that I'd be interested
like
in.
really, if you think about it,
Civil
who
servants,
wants to watch an anime about civil servants, and an anime about farming?
Yeah.
Just me telling you that kind of puts you to sleep a little bit. Wake up.
It's hell. It's like we talked recently about the ads that Makoto Shinkai did about construction
Right.
companies, and then we would want to see an anime made by him about construction workers.
Right.
Why would he? I don't know. So concepts like that, if they're written well, they can also be interesting.
Right. And the winner,
So
Anthony?
the winner was Servant X Service.
Yep, Servant X Servants moves on to round 2 to be joined by the winner of our next round, Furi, or as we pronounce it, Furi, and Genshiken ni Daime, which is the weird one for this pick because it is the only kind of sequel that we allowed to be in this bracket.
Pretty much, because we weren't really allowing sequels, but
Right, but
it was technically a sequel, not really.
it's a sequel in that it connects with the first series, but the feel and like the story of it is, I think, different enough that it can shine as its own anime in a sense.
Yeah.
So for you guys who don't know, and I don't know why you don't know because the internet is inundated with Free. Free is about the Iwatobe Swim Club and 4 friends. Bryce is shaking his head. And 4 friends who decide to make the swim club in order to compete in swimming competitions. And as you can, and before you guys think this is very fan servicey, you are correct, it is. But
To
for
women.
the opposite gender, because they are all dudes with girly names.
There you go. Sounds really...
So if you don't know what Free is, I don't know why, just look it up.
It sounds really gay, and I can tell you it probably is.
It really is.
But, I don't know. We challenged ourselves. The challenge kind of turned out to be kind of funny, and then
Right.
we kept
And
watching it.
it ended up being a really good anime.
And really, and the joking about it and the drinking did help a lot.
A little bit.
A lot.
A lot.
I only watched a couple episodes of Free. It was actually
Right.
a solid anime.
Because the one episode you watched was the, like, what the fuck plot episode.
Yeah.
Also,
Where suddenly it became deep and there's meaning
The
to
main
it.
character only swims free, but he wants to go to the Olympics. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you got to
also-
learn how to swim other things.
Right.
we also gave him a beer and told him to play the drinking game with us.
True.
You did. Well, worth it.
Right. So, that versus Genshiken ni Daime, which, if you've seen Genshiken before, it's about the same club of people in college who enjoy the finer things in life, like anime and manga and model kits. You know, the stuff you like. Or, if not, I don't know why you're watching us then.
There you go.
Please keep supporting us.
Right.
Please pay
So,
us.
the difference being,
We're starving.
you don't get paid. Shh.
We don't even get vacations.
Nope.
This is like overtime.
Slave labor!
I'm not saying it.
So, Genshiken takes on a different feel this season, though, as the club is overrun by Fujiyoshi. Anthony, care to explain the term Fujiyoshi as our term expert? I'm
No.
gonna make stuff up like
Absolutely not. Fujoshi are basically crazy females, and they're not only crazy, but crazy females that like homoerotic relationships between men. Yeah,
Right.
Men. So basically, you take anime, just make it homoerotic, and then that's
I think we should end it on that note.
So. I mean,
and that's
so you would
been
say
Otaku Hour.
so you would say they would like Free.
Indeed. Well, actually, no, I'm not sure because I don't think they get enough fan service, enough action there.
Actually, I don't know if this is right or wrong. Someone can correct me. and if you can correct me below in the comments if you know the answer, but I think there was one scene in Genshiken where the girls were going to Akihabara, and one of them picked up a copy of what looked like a swimming anime manga.
Yeah, could probably be that.
So that could be a little shout out to Free.
Possibly, even though it was airing at the same time.
Right. Oh.
But
Shameless plug.
winner for that, I think, was Genshiken.
It was Genshiken.
Because although Free was good, I enjoyed Genshiken more.
Right. So did I.
Yeah.
We're just never going to admit we enjoyed Free that much.
No, I liked Free. I just felt like I was more invested in Genshiken.
Right.
Possibly because I was biased because I watched the other Genshikens before and it had a little bit of that Genshiken in it.
Right.
But I don't know. I was just interested to see where it
and
went.
I think it's funnier to be watching Fujiyoshi than being one.
Indeed.
Especially if you're a dude.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Kind of weird. Because then you wouldn't really be a Fujoshi. You'd be something else.
Right.
Something.
So moving on to our the second round in the summer season, we have Servant X Service versus Genshiken, and this was another tough one for us, especially since we really loved and enjoyed both anime a lot.
Take it away, guys.
Genshiken.
Yeah, Genshiken won hands down. Again, because we were just a lot more invested. It was a lot deeper in its story than Servant X Service was. And Servant X Service, the ending of it though is kind of ends where it starts off, which is okay in how they did it. But I like seeing the characters develop the way they did in Genshiken a lot more than in Servant X Service.
Yeah, it makes sense. So basically, those were all our winners for the summer, right?
Right. Genshiken heads up to the final bracket as the winner of the summer season, leading us into the fall season, where I know Bryce can participate because he's been watching a lot.
I have. It's been a strong fall season.
It really is.
I think the fall season doesn't need a lot of explanation. I just think
Right.
it's just some clear winners here.
Right. So first up, according to the bracket system we made up, Nagi no Asakara versus Log Horizon.
Nagi.
Nagi no Asakura did win. Log Horizon is great, but I mean, we get a lot of mixed responses from.
It's a little sword
our own
arty.
group. It's very sword arty.
Sword arty.
Okay, it's very sword arty.
It's exactly sword art without the fighting, but with a lot of deeper politics.
Yay!
How fun. It is really
Right.
good. Just Nagi has a lot of things more going for
Right.
it. Amazing visuals.
And like very deep themes of, classism and racism
A
and
very interesting concept.
just
You gotta stop. You're not getting paid.
All in good fun.
all in good fun. Thank you, Tall Falcon. Right. So Nagino Asukara takes the top, takes that part, and we have Kill la Kill versus Beyond the Boundary, which had an interesting process how we figured out the winner for this one.
Kill la Kill versus Beyond the Boundary.
So Kill la Kill is about it's from the makers of Gurren Lagann, so it already has a leg up there for me.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't already guessed, I love me some Gurren Lagann.
By the way, if you haven't watched Gurren Lagann, like some people we know, you should watch Gurren Lagann. Just saying.
Indeed.
Just adding that in there.
Just do it. It's really worth it. It's a really good anime.
It's really good. And you can see the parallels between Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill, like
Right.
in the art
So
styles and stuff like
it has
that.
the
Yeah, same
art
director.
style,
Yeah.
same director, but it also has the same really good over the top thing. And I would just like to point out, Anthony, I told you so.
Told me what?
Everyone can go back and listen to the first time we talked about Kill la Kill and how you and Nelson were both so down on it.
I still agree with myself in the past.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you're welcome that I convinced you to keep going.
No, I kept going because I wanted to keep going.
Can you just let me have this?
No. I will not let you have this.
I have this. So, Kill la Kill versus Beyond the Boundary. Beyond the Boundary, which we haven't talked about yet, is about, what's her name? Kuriyama? What's her
Kuriyama
name?
Mirai.
And she's from a cursed clan of spirit world warriors, and her blood can be turned into weaponry. And she meets Kanbara
Yeah, Kambara
Akihito, who is the immortal half demon, half Yomu.
Yeah, basically. And he
And-
has a fetish for glasses.
I see
She
where this
does.
is going. Does she wear glasses?
Yes, she does.
Yes. And also,
Of course.
the same creators of Free. So if you remember from Free, the guy with the red glasses, it's the same red glasses.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
Same red frame glasses.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
My mind has been blown a little bit.
I don't know. My girlfriend pointed out like the first episode. It's like, oh, it's the same glasses. Like, cool. I don't care.
It's great that you imitated her
I know,
voice.
right? And she's right there.
Die.
In the corner.
Once we go to commercial, she's just gonna murder you.
If you guys hear screams in the background, just ignore it.
Just ignore. We'll cut it out for your sake, so you don't, see a snuff film.
If you want to say your goodbyes to Anthony, you should say them now, via comment.
Right.
Nelson will replace
Down
me
below.
in 3 months.
All right. So basically, Beyond the Boundary is about Spirit World warriors such as Mirai fighting off Yomu, who Akihito is half of, kind of.
Yeah.
And the relationship that develops between the glasses-wearing Mirai and the glasses pervert, Kanbara.
much.
So it's really funny.
It's slice of life for the most part. It's slice of life that tries to have a plot.
Right. It's slice of life that tries to have a lot of action, too.
Well, action and plot.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Because by the end of it, it still feels like a slice of life.
it really does.
Because also another thing I've noticed about slice of life is that slice of life feels very self-contained, like
Yes.
within that world, and that's how it felt by the end of it.
Yes. So, between Kill La Kill and Beyond the Boundary, we said the winner was going to be Kill La Kill. All three of us. There were 2 votes for Beyond the Boundary,
They don't count.
but they don't count apparently.
They don't count. Well, the main reason they don't count is because one of them has to catch a Pikachu, and took almost a whole day. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And if you don't know who that is, go back to a previous podcast. You'll know who it is.
Right.
Exactly. And if you can't catch Pikachu, you can't have a vote. So I'm gonna double die. After
You're going to double die. Me and Bryce are going to single die.
It'll be like,
Because she's right there.
pretty much.
Staring us down right now.
We like to play with fire.
So
Dad.
true. You can't catch a Pikachu.
But-
You don't have a vote.
So, 3-2 though.
Actually, technically it's 3-1.
fairly-
She didn't have a vote.
3-1. Kill La Kill wins. Don't do this, please.
We have angered the gods.
So,
Tech support is
winning
furious.
3-2, Kill La Kill moves on to the next round to go up against Nagi no Asakura, which is kind of similar to the previous vote. So, Nagi no Asakura versus Kill La Kill. Anthony, which is the winner?
Kill, kill.
Kill La
I
Kill.
didn't even debate it anymore.
3-2.
Kill a kill.
The same way.
Kill Kill's so different from everything else that I just think it wins.
3-1. Same way.
And the thing is, I like Nagi no Asakura, but I kind of want to see, there's a lot of parts of it that kind of frustrated me.
Yeah.
And
Well,
No whip of love, man.
there's no whip of love. There's no, if you hit me harder, I'll only get stronger.
Yeah, none of that.
in context,
Just like-
this is from Kill La Kill.
Yeah, from Kill a Kill.
Those
Whoa,
are
whoa,
lines
from Kill a Kill.
I hope
And the
Delf is
thing
not
is,
actually a masochist.
no. Well, maybe a little bit. But not like that. But the thing that I think pushes Kill La Kill over Nagi no Asakura is it has a lot more, it's a lot better mix of comedy. It can do, really, heartwarming moments. It can do it all. And Nagi no Asakura just plays with your heartstrings. That's all it really has done for me this entire season.
Yeah, but to be honest, I actually really, really like Nagi a lot.
Right.
To the point that sometimes I look forward more to Nagi
Then
than
Kill
Kill
La
La
Kill.
Kill in the episode. But I still give it to Kill La Kill because I don't know, I just felt like
Just overall,
it's
I think
doing
Kill La Kill.
something different. I don't know, it's
Right.
just really good for what it is.
So we have our top 4 now, the Elite 4, if you will.
Indeed.
Indeed. So in the winter,
Quite.
we have Maoyusha versus the Springs Valrave. And is there even really a question?
No, of course not.
Of course not.
If you know where
Valrave
this is
goes
headed
on.
and you know who the winner's going to be, pause right here and comment what you think in the comments below.
Right. Be honest.
But yeah, Valvrave.
Valrave, hands down, because the winter was just really disappointing.
It's really weird comparing animes from from another season to anime in another season because you've forgotten about that other anime.
Right.
You
Really
bring it
have.
Back, it's like, oh yeah.
And but I think that's the reason why I wanted to do it this way is I wanted the other seasons to be represented. I didn't want it to be just all the anime we're watching in the fall plus 2 of the things we remember from back then.
Hey, remember Bento?
Oh, do not remind me, Bento. I'll get hungry. Let's not talk about that right now.
All right. Anyway.
All right. Anyways, so Valrave moves on to verse the one against the summer winner, Genshiken, versus the fall winner, Kill La Kill? Is there even a question there?
Genshiken versus Kill La Kill. Kill La Kill.
Kill La Kill goes to the finals against Valve Rave.
Yay.
Now, this is the point where we actually stopped making our bracket because we wanted to discuss this live and, really show you guys what we think about these two anime.
Kill La Kill.
Really?
Well, wow. Wait, really?
Really? Wait, really? What's your thought process about that?
You guys want to throw down?
No, seriously, you're bringing Kill La Kill?
Okay, first of all, Anthony, defend yourself. Kill La Kill,
I
why?
thought it was just going to lead that way.
No, I thought we were really gonna have an in-depth discussion. I didn't know you already made up your mind. I was like, wait, what?
All right, so Anthony, Kill La Kill, why?
I don't know. No, now that I think about it.
Were you kidding? I think you were kidding.
Okay, no. Defend your decision, please. Don't, just because we reacted that way doesn't mean you can't pick Kill La Kill. I won't think any less of you as a man as I already do.
That's fucked up.
A little fucked up.
It's really fucked up.
I love you.
Listen, man, just believe in me. Believe in me that doesn't believe in you.
Oh, that's why I picked Kill La Kill.
You keep taking my line.
picked it on Gurren Lagann.
No, not even. I don't know. I just picked Kill La Kill because I was leading in that way, but I forgot Valve Rave was there. So, there you go.
That's because we've said Kill La Kill like the past 3 times straight
That's
through.
actually why.
Like,
actually why I said it, because I felt like it was...
Because it has the momentum, it can go up against Valve Rave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's built up so much momentum.
So honestly...
Once you have so much momentum, you can have a bigger robot than...
What?
Wait, what?
I was getting to Gurren Lagann.
Oh.
That gets to a bigger
It's like a
robot.
spiral,
Right.
and then just piercing the heavens and defeating Valve Rave. No, but honestly, what do you believe? Valve Rave or Kill La Kill?
Well, now we have to break it down.
Yes, we do.
All right, so let's start off with Valve Rave. We talked about Kill La Kill this whole time. What about Valve
Right.
Rave? So,
I don't know.
I feel like Valve Rave has action. Well, it's mostly action, mechs.
Good story.
Drama, good
Yeah.
story.
And it does something a lot, very different from the past mech anime that I've seen.
What I would say about Valve Rave over Kill La Kill, before we decide if I'm gonna pick Valve Rave over Kill La Kill,
Right.
I would say I'm more interested in the story of Valve Rave than I am of Kill La Kill. Like, I find that it's more intriguing to me.
Because Kill La Kill feels like, I don't know, like a story that doesn't have a lot of story going for it, but what keeps it going is like
The
action
wackiness,
and
the
end
action.
goal.
Its purpose is weird. Like Valve Rave, the purpose of Valve Rave is like these kids are trying, like the purpose of Valve Rave changes like every other episode. What
Right.
they're trying to, what the anime
But
end goal
Like
is.
it's survival, like you can actually, like it's realistic. These characters are put in this situation, and now everything has been formed around them. Now they have to get out of it.
Yeah,
So
and
they have
then
to
you
move
get
out of
to
it.
then you get to Kill La Kill, and it's just like it's this one chick trying to find out why her father died or who killed her father.
right.
Which
Spoilers.
you summed up. This chick, her father died. She didn't really see the person who killed it, just they had the scissor blade. So when she finds this person that has the other half of the scissor blade, she's going to be like, my name is Ryuko Matoi. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That's basically it.
Basically, Kill La Kill is more of like it's such a strong like vengeance, revenge type of anime. While Valve Rave is more like overall storyline, like a typical mech
The thing
style.
Is, even,
Right.
the thing with the Kill La Kill is not even a very typical revenge anime. Like it is in the concept, but it isn't with all the things that it's doing.
The over the top is
Because, I mean, that's the humor from the Studio Trigger. Like, the over-the-top, the kind of dirty humor, whip of love,
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just,
Right.
but that's all there is like to it. Like it's very simplistic in
Yes.
the story and what's going on.
Right.
Because it's just what Kill La Kill is doing is typical Gurren Lagann. It's just leading to something bigger and bigger, to epic proportions.
Right,
It keeps building on itself.
It's more like a classic shonen where it's like she starts off here and then she goes up, after every battle goes slowly up, slowly growing until she can finally face the final boss, which we know is not going to be the final boss.
And
Yes.
I can agree with, and that's what I agree with your assessment. I agree with your assessment
Right.
completely on that. With Kill La Kill, you can kind of determine where it's going.
Right.
With Valve Rave, it's so many things have changed so many times. Like,
People have died so many times.
like you just don't know what's
Spoiler.
like where is it leading to. Like they have like in Valve Rave, if you haven't watched it, they have this thing where they do a flashback. Basically, the whole main series is a flashback from the future people.
Right.
And it's like 200 years, 300 years in the future.
About like that.
Something like that, and then you're seeing all the things. So you kind of know what the future's like, but you don't know for sure.
Right.
And then you're seeing how it all got there, and it's really good seeing how it gets us to this certain point.
And that it leaves you wondering, like, okay, so they're here now. How are they going to get from here where they're, getting destroyed by everyone to here where they're ruling the entire galaxy.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's actually one of the most interesting parts of Valve. If they hadn't done that in the beginning, I wouldn't have been so invested.
It would have been like
seeing,
a typical mech.
Yeah, like seeing 200 years later, like they're still alive, and then what's going on there? How'd they get here? Like
Right, but then it builds up enough suspense because you don't see certain characters. You only see like
It's true.
like a
Like,
few.
what happened
It's like
to these?
what happened.
And
to
they
them.
mention stuff about like certain characters who are a big deal, who in making this future empire they have.
or like one character looks back and then they see the remnants of their homeland and be like, oh yeah, that was a time of a lot of loss and suffering. So it's like,
and
what happened?
it sets it up like in such a way that you're expecting something, but then the way it does it, it's always how you expect it to be.
Please give us a season 3.
Please give us season 3.
Please.
Because I just from what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're saying is the winner for this year, the best anime of the year is Valve. In our opinion.
In our opinion, is Valrave the Liberator.
Yep. And
Yep.
yes, please do give us a season 3. They haven't announced anything yet for the winter, which is okay because I think they're going to skip.
Yeah, they're gonna skip. I think they got to
Right.
do production.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think.
Just
even
give us a
though-
trailer.
even though some animes did lose in one-on-one battles, I think there was really good animes
Right.
this year that deserve a really honorable mention. So
They do.
I think Kyokai no Kanata Beyond the Boundary deserves a definite honorable mention.
Definitely. We recommend all.
Nagi,
just
Kill la
like-
Kill's up there.
Really, all of the anime that we've mentioned so far definitely deserve a watch from like everyone who's watching our show.
Yep, pretty much.
Right.
I agree.
So, I think with that, we'll take a break here. We'll be back. We'll be talking about the future of anime, the stuff that's coming out in winter, and we'll be talking about our own growth and funny moments that have happened to us this year.
Whee!
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Otaku Hour. This is Justin. I was in previous podcasts, but now I'm back with featuring my own segment, Manga Minute. You know, I'm just a regular manga reader like yourselves. I read a lot, and that's pretty much all I do. I read more manga than I watch anime, so I don't have a lot to talk about anime. So I'd like to recommend my favorite manga and probably the best manga of 2013. Although it featured only one chapter in the year 2013, I think it's still the greatest manga ever written and ever drawn, actually. The manga is called Berserk. For those of you that don't know it, it's an action series written by Kentaro Miura. It's considered seinen, which means that it features adult themes. So there's a lot of graphic violence, sexual activities, and there's also a lack of fan service, which is actually really good for the plot because it means that there's a large movement of story. So why do I say that a manga that's been going on for the past 20 years and it only released one chapter in the past year is the best manga ever? I'd say it's because it's the best manga ever. The story follows a character named Guts, and you know he's just a wandering warrior, and you know it just talks about and it shows his growth as a person. There's a lot of themes like horror and love shown within the story, and I think that's really the highlight of Berserk. You feel for the character more so than in any other shonen where you just want to see the main character kick ass. You want the character to succeed in life and not like in relationship, but also in overcoming all these obstacles that life throws at him. The author Kentaro Miura is on a hiatus from Berserk, which is going to be continued after the 6-chapter release of Gigantomachia, a short series that's marking his actual beginning and continuation of Berserk. So I believe within 2014, 2015, we're actually going to see a lot more manga releases of Berserk, and I think if you like action, if you like story development, character development, and actual relationships, like love relationships within a story, you should consider reading Berserk. Yes, it's on a hiatus. Yes, I'm waiting it. Everyone else is waiting for it. But I think it's worth the wait. It's worth the struggle of not seeing a manga update for an entire year. I think it's worth it. So, that's my manga recommendation for the year. This has been Justin. Thank you for tuning in to Manga Minute, and thank you for tuning into Otaku Hour.
And we're back! See, how do you think that segment went? The Manga Minute with Justin.
I thought it was very informative. You did a pretty good job.
Right? What did you think, Bryce?
Hey, very well done. Very well done.
Very well
He was
done.
quite prepared.
Right. I'm happy you finally got to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, we've been
Happy to have someone on our crew that can recommend some good manga to us.
Right.
Yeah, you know, we've been waiting a
It's
long
like-
time for it, and I was like, yeah, you know, turned out really
Right.
well. It was worth the wait.
It was worth the wait. I hope. Because we'll be honest, we're recording that last, and we actually haven't heard it yet. But I'm sure it's gonna be good, right, Justin? Yeah, he says yes.
Yeah,
So-
wherever he is. That was the spirit of him.
The spirit of him. All right, so like we promised, we're gonna now talk about the upcoming anime season, winter 2013 to 2014. What is the new year gonna look for us, Anthony?
For me, I was looking at the winter anime chart. Nothing really caught my eye. There was a few things, but I don't know. I was looking at it through the filter of this anime season because I'm so excited that a lot of these are still carrying over to the next season.
Right.
And that's not even just one. It's like 4 animes. So I'm already have that. That's got me
Right.
set.
So let's talk about those first.
Okay. So animes that I'm excited about.
Right.
They don't usually do this with most animes. Either they make you wait 2 seasons.
Like
until
Valgrave did.
Yeah, or like 1 season for the sequel to happen. But usually you just get a 13 episode self-contained anime.
Right.
Which is like a rushed ending, so it's like, you don't get to see more of it. With this, I'm excited, like animes like Kill la Kill, Golden Time, Nagi no Asukara, what else? Samurai Flamenco, I'm iffy on.
Yeah,
because-
it's been kind of what the fuck lately.
It's been really what the fuck. Just to update Bryce, you know, remember the last time we told you about it?
Oh no, I was there for the
No.
the conversation.
All right.
Last 2 episodes, it took it to another tier.
Right,
It's
okay,
how to
so-
tell you
go
what the
past.
So okay, it started off as
Kick-Ass.
basically Kick-Ass, the
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
Kick-Ass, and then it became actual like superhero show where he's fighting off like monsters and like villains and shit
fuck. And then it became Power Rangers.
What?
with giant robot and everything.
And by the way, this wasn't like, oh, it built up to this. It was like the next episode.
No, yeah, this all happened in 2 episodes.
No time skipping or anything.
No time skipping or anything.
Suddenly out of nowhere, the guy that we told you was the sensei that was actually
Yeah.
a TV star host.
Yeah.
He was actually like freaking the alpha of his own ship or whatever.
Yeah,
What I mean by alpha is like, you know,
he's like the commander.
he had
Yeah.
the command center. He gives them the suit. They all turn out to be Red Rangers.
Right.
And then they argue about which color they should be. then they get a Zord. And then they fight the giant. Oh, and the guy that they're fighting is inhuman. Then he turns into a giant monster. He grows.
The
Yeah.
absolute absurdity of this
So
series.
really, I cannot watch this other than a parody. And if it's gonna continue like this for 2nd season, I don't know, but I'm still gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, and to continue back to what I was saying, so I don't know about that one, but the other 3 that I mentioned, I forget what else is
Golden,
continuing. I said Golden
you
Time,
said Golden Time.
Samurai Flamenco, Kill la Kill,
And Nagi.
Nagi.
Was there anything else we watched? Valkyrie was gonna be done.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But at least those 3 to 4 got me set. Looking forward to next season because I want to see what happens more.
Right.
With that, more development. As for what caught my eye on the anime
Like the new
chart,
stuff that's coming out. And by the way, guys, if you are wondering what anime chart we're talking about, we will put a link on the comments below, on the description below, rather.
There you go. But the one of the animes that caught my attention, just out the glimpse of my eye, was I was like reading past, was this anime. I thought it said Hamtaro. So for a second in my mind, it was like a quick second, I was filled with disgust, but then curiosity. Because I was like, 'cause I saw the picture in a glimpse of my eye, and I saw Hamtaro, so I was like, and it looked like human kids, and I'm like, wait, is this Hamtaro? If they were actually like human kids and like living in the real world, I'm like, what is this? Then I kind of got interested. I looked at the description, like, oh, it says Hamatora. The animation, like. Then I felt like a little bit of disappointment. It's just a range of feelings that it wasn't Hamtaro.
Can you imagine that, though? Like, the premise of Hamatora, it's basically these kids who have superpowers. Can you imagine if that was, like, hamsters, like you thought it was?
I don't know. It would be kind of weird. So Hamtaro grew to be a human to then have superpowers.
In a world where hamsters become humanoids.
And then a bald professor in a wheelchair comes up to them and says, "Would you like to join my academy of gifted children?" X-Men.
Hamster man.
Yeah, so I don't know. That was... you know what? I might even check it out just because it confused me.
Because even like taking like forgetting all that Hamtaro stuff, it to me sounds like something that's worth at least one episode.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. To be honest, I know myself to a certain extent. With new seasons, a lot of times I'll probably like look through the anime chart. But once actually all these animes start airing, I'll check out a little bit of everything.
Right.
And a lot of stuff will get dropped.
But these were basically just our initial thoughts. Like we've changed our mind about things so many times, and you guys know.
I said at the beginning of the fall season, the Log Horizon, I'm not gonna watch that. It looks like a Sword Arty ripoff.
And so did I.
And then now I'm just like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Right. And remember what we said about Free?
I don't know what you're talking about. This looks gay. Oh, this is such a great show.
This is a great show. Still kind of gay, but great show.
Beer. But yeah, so that's one thing I was looking forward to. There's a few other animes, but I'll let you guys take those away.
So I know one thing you and me both agree on. At least you're gonna check it out. I've been waiting for it for a while because I heard it was supposed to come out in the fall at first, but then it got pushed back to the winter. It's a manga I've been keeping up with for a long while now. It's called Nisekoi. It's finally getting its anime. And just like a quick summary, like quick synopsis for you, Bryce, and for our listeners who may not know. It's about this guy, Raku, who is the son and heir to a Yakuza family. He's going to be like the next boss, even though he doesn't really want to be. And he has to be in a fake relationship with the daughter of the head of like an American-style gang operating in the same area. And they have to be in this fake relationship so that all-out war between the two gangs don't destroy the city. So it has like that forced like romantic thing that they have to deal with, but they really hate each other. And added to that, Raku had made a promise to a childhood friend that they would meet each other again one day and marry.
Anime is always with these
sounds like Love Hina.
Right. It does sound like Love Hina, only with gangs and Yakuza.
See, when you told me the initial concept, it sounded really interesting, and I kind of wanted to read it, check it out, and then I said, screw it, you know what, I'm not going to wait for the anime, I'm going to check out the manga.
Right.
Because I felt like reading manga. But then, you know, my natural tendency is I always read the comments, because I like to see what I'm getting into.
Oh, you're ruining yourself.
And the comments were such a mixed bag about the manga. I avoided the spoilery comments, just enough. There was such a mixed bag about, like, nothing happens at all, or, like, it got to a point where nothing's going on, or, like, it just sounded so, like, dull or something at one point that it made me think, because I've read a shonen romance. This is also a shonen romance.
Yes, it is.
Or Kimi no Irumachi. And I'm so disappointed by that. And I'm just starting to think that shonen romances suck.
I don't know. Because this one has, like, it has a fair amount of, like, comedic moments, a little bit of action every now and then, like, heartwarming moments, of course. I think this mix is, like, it has a good mix of what I want from a shonen romance.
Shonen romance, comedy, whatever, that thing.
So, for me personally, I've been really looking forward to this. I hope you guys at least give it a shot. Like, one episode, guys.
Sounds interesting. I'll check it out.
I'll likely give it an episode, a shot, because it still looks interesting. I like the art, but we'll see. Yeah,
all right. What about you, Bryce? Anything look interesting to you?
One anime on the list that really caught my eye was Nobunaga.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because it's about these people who can summon the ancient spirits, and they make them into weapons of like ancient spirits of like historical figures and stuff, and you make them into weapons. And I guess the main character can summon Oda Nobunaga as a gun.
Hence the title.
Hence the title. And I find it interesting just because it reminds me a lot of Sengoku Basara.
Yeah.
And a lot of, because Oda Nobunaga is, in anything that involves anything about the feudal age, especially in anime, you hear his name a lot.
A lot. Like
all the time.
All the time.
Like 95% of the time, you're going to hear, oh, it's Oda Nobunaga.
Right. And he's appeared, like, in a lot of different seasons. If not last season, I know in the summer there was, like a girl version of Oda Nobunaga who comes in. Like, there's like a lot of incarnations of Oda Nobunaga appearing in anime, and this is like one of the latest ones that does sound kind of interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be interesting because it feels a little shaman kingy.
It does.
It's like just pop my head. It's like a lot of real shaman king. Oh, I'm gonna summon an ancient spirit, and it's gonna become my weapon. It's like, okay. All right. It's like I knew I heard this story.
Shaman
It's
King.
gonna be very centered around Oda Nobunaga because he's in the title.
Yeah,
Of
of course.
That's gonna be the
It's
main
either gonna
character.
You're
be.
gonna get Date Masamune, Yasu, Tokugawa,
Yeah.
one that's around.
But I mean,
there.
that's part of it too, because like those like very interesting characters done like in all sorts of different ways. I kind of want to find out like what weapons they would be.
I want to know what kind of Oda Nobunaga they're going to present, because a lot of times he's depicted as the devil.
Right. He's either like the greatest person ever, like the hero of the land, or like the worst thing to happen in all of Japan.
And a lot of times animes depict him as the worst thing to happen in
Right.
all of Japan, especially in Sengoku Basara.
Especially in
Sengoku Basara. He's like a jerk.
Also in Samurai Deeper Kill, they treated him as like one of the ultimate villains.
They
Right.
did, but then he got pwned so quickly by Sidebar. He got pwned so quickly by Kyoshiro. Not Kyoshiro pwned him
Right.
so quickly that
Yeah.
it wasn't even worth it.
True story. But yeah, back to Nobunaga. I don't know. It didn't look that interesting. I don't know. I didn't really, because I've seen so many things with Nobunaga on it that I'm just
Right.
like already like, I don't know if this is gonna be good. Because I saw the one with I didn't see it, but I saw the name for the female one that he changed to a female.
Yeah, and
I was
like,
like,
I mean, this is at least like
this
it's
season
interesting.
It's gonna have two Nobunagas.
Right, and what was the other one called?
Nobunaga the Fool, which is Nobunaga but incarnated, like I guess in space.
Yeah.
Right.
Space alien Nobunaga.
You were looking forward to that, though, right?
I wasn't really looking forward to it. I just thought it might be interesting just because it mentioned two other historical figures that seem completely unrelated. Joan of Arc and with the Japanese name.
Right.
And Leonardo da Vinci.
The fuck are they doing in Japan?
It
It's not
sounds.
even in Japan. It's like in space and it's supposed to be a mech.
It sounds like it's like they take historical characters and then they make a concept of what they would be like in a futuristic outer space version of them.
Oh,
So it's like
okay.
the outer space version of the future Leonardo DiCaprio.
So, like,
of Leonardo
okay.
DiCaprio. Leonardo da Vinci.
What am I doing here?
What's going on here?
Every night
You are
your
within a dream. Oh.
No, they're
I'm
gonna,
king of the world.
the Leonardo DiCaprio one is he's gonna be on the ship with Rose, and then he's gonna just jump and fall off.
Rose Tyler?
Bad Wolf.
Oh.
Bad Wolf.
Alright, we're getting a little too convoluted here. Let's bring it back.
Cog?
Okay. Alright, okay. So
For you, Nelson. Sorry.
That's Nobunaga the Fool. There's a lot of Nobunaga going on.
Right.
I don't know. I'll see. If it comes up, I hear good things. Sure. Actually, I had a question before we move on to the rest of the...
I have an answer for you.
Because we were touching upon a little bit when I mentioned Nisekoi.
Uh-huh.
What do you guys think of comments on anything, like on mangas and stuff like that?
I try not to let comments sway me before I actually check out the thing, because I have that tendency too, where I hear something is bad or I hear something is good. It builds up like an expectation for me, and that expectation becomes a bit of a bias sometimes. So, like, it almost always ruins it for me.
Yeah. That's, I think, the whole thing with... People can get sometimes swayed or influenced by other people. That's
Right.
the whole thing with hype. Hype can either turn you to an anime or turn you away
Right.
from an anime.
How I view the comments, I don't really try to let it affect me too much.
Right.
Just because I'm always gonna have my own opinion about
course.
it. But you know what the best thing about reading a comment is to see the funny reactions that people put.
Oh, those are
in
always
certain things.
hilarious.
Like it's not a sidebar, but on what was it? They were making fun of Bleach. When you read the Bleach manga, and if you go on like mangastream.com and you
that's
read the
always
comments
great.
on it, and it is so funny. Because basically everyone in the world agrees what we think about Kubo's writings. Everyone in the
I
world.
thought it was hilarious when I read the one for Naruto on the same site. It was just like, oh, he used Takno Jutsu.
Yeah,
Saved the day.
It's working out there. So it's really funny reading those comments, and you just see, hey, look, people get it. People understand what we're talking about.
Like it's not just us. It's
Yeah.
like, it's everyone.
It's
too.
everyone.
And I agree with that on the whole Esper note with how everyone finds
Yeah,
creepy.
creepy.
Everyone.
Videos.
It's just everyone in the world is just like, whoa, what is this thing?
It's this cat
Creepiest
is staring at
Pokemon
you
ever.
forever and ever. Are you guys staring too, or is it just me?
Stay tuned.
All right, just good to see you guys. And that was our moment of Esper.
Esperize.
Right. So,
Esperize, yeah.
was there anything else that you guys saw that was interesting to you?
Yeah, definitely. Another thing I saw, which it's finally coming out. It's not even a series. You know, I don't even know why it's not a series, but it's confirmed as an OVA for next season.
Okay.
Called Neppu Kairiku Bushi Road, or just Bushi Road.
Right.
And I forgot the English translation. But the only reason I'm looking forward to it, or I even know about it, is because when I first heard of it was in 2003. when I was still buying New Type magazines, and like New Type USA, and I had opened it, and they had an ad, like a thing for it with a picture or whatever.
What's a magazine?
What? Yeah, exactly.
That's so long ago.
It was such a long time ago. And then I think it was like one of my first or second issues, and then I opened it, and then it had this like badass looking anime, and it excited me because it was a collaboration between 5 anime companies, like Gainax, when it was still Gainax.
Right.
You know.
Would it be Trigger now?
Yeah, I guess Trigger, but they're not doing that.
Oh, they're not. Okay.
I think it's still Gainax. So,
Okay.
Broccoli. Yeah, the studio called Broccoli.
There's a studio called Broccoli.
It was also like a
It
big.
must be very healthy.
I know, right?
Something like that. A big merchandise, because also merchandising, a big merchandise company. A bunch of these companies, it looked pretty awesome. It was like the translation was like Earth, Water, Wind, Fire, like Lord or something like that.
Oh, what is this, Captain Planet?
No.
With your powers combined,
Like,
I am
it
Bucci
was
Road.
supposed to be like a samurai or something, but I don't know. It looked pretty badass.
The Samurai Captain Planet?
But then I don't know what happened. They got canceled. They lost funding, so it never ever like it was supposed to be confirmed. It never
Right.
came out.
Well, clearly they were
And
polluting
recently-
too much during the production of the show. So,
realized
okay.
But, I don't know. So recently they confirmed it's like, and I saw the trailer. It looked okay, but
They didn't have enough heart power.
Yeah.
I might as well check it out. It's been years. So.
It's been 10 years,
yeah,
my friend.
So I might as well.
Going on 4.
You know, see if it
going
lives up
on
to it.
11 years.
I don't even know if it will.
Hopefully they changed the color of his hair from green to something else.
It's not even green. It's like black.
So,
Oh, so they did change
so
that.
he's evolved a little bit. That's
There you
good.
go.
It's good for him. It's good for him.
With your powers combined, I am pushing.
God, what did you do? I just breathed smoke in your face. What? Oh.
No,
If anyone
I-
hasn't seen the Hitler episode of Captain
my God.
Planet,
Hate
it is the
the-
funniest
Oh, he
thing
kicks Hitler's
ever.
ass.
And all
No,
Hitler
Hitler
kicks his
that. You meant pure hate.
An basically an all-powerful being. Captain Planet has the
Right.
powers of earth, wind, fire, water, and heart. And being that he has the power of heart, the hate that Hitler can produce actually weakens Captain Planet.
Wait.
It was the most absurd thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
So guys, stay tuned for next season. Nepu Kairiku, Captain Planet. All right.
So that's
Japanese reboot.
So I mean, I think that's pretty much it for like all of the stuff coming out next season. Unless like, is there anything else you want to bring up before we move on?
Really quickly, the only other thing that caught my attention was Tonari no Seki-kun, just because it looked
Right.
interesting, only because it had 2 things that caught my eye in the description: imagination and seinen.
2 things that you need: imagination and adult-themed or adult-focused anime.
There you go.
There you go.
That's not perverted.
No, no, because I did see that, and I was kind of interested how they would go about it, because it's based on it's a gag manga, where it's basically this girl who sits next to a guy who never pays attention in class, but instead,
He also doesn't pay attention to her.
well, of course not, but also like creates these like extravagant, like very intricately detailed, like distractions during class, and never gets caught for it.
Yeah,
So
that
I don't
sounds
know.
kind of interesting. I
So-
don't know where it will go.
I'll give it a shot. Maybe.
probably give it a shot.
Right. So, moving on to what will be our closing topic. It's been a long year, guys. We've done a lot as a group and like just ourselves. Like we went to Otakon. We've started this podcast and website. It's been a long year, and I think this is a good opportunity for us to look back and see all the funny shit we've gotten ourselves into. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Oh, there was a time it was called Tall at someone's house.
That was a funny time.
It was a funny
was
time.
hilarious.
It was pretty funny. What was it?
I don't know. A really funny time for me that I'm just remembering off the top of my head is that where we got one of our friends. Well, you know her from a previous episode, cosplay
Right.
specialist Megan. We got her a little tipsy. She'll never admit it,
Ever.
but she swears she said condo, but she said condom.
Oh no, pretty positive she said condom.
Right. And
That
I
was
think
hilarious.
this is funnier if we say it out of context.
And you will never know. No, but it was just totally unrelated
Right.
conversation.
Same person was a person who couldn't. If you don't get where the Pikachu comments are coming from, she could not catch a Pikachu.
That's her. Like
That's her.
It took like she's
gonna
very
die.
like she's right now like staring us down, but it really is one of our favorite stories.
It
we've
is.
shared in
We
the
keep
podcast
bringing it
before.
up. We really
keep
do.
bringing it up because it's
So
that funny.
It's so-
5 hours.
It's not
for a
rare.
Pikachu.
It's not rare. Even though it is listed
Yeah,
as rare.
it's listed as rare, but it was the first Pokemon I ever encountered in
It
that
really
forest.
was.
The only other things for me were like I can't remember a lot. A lot of stuff happened at conventions. One of them was Anime Next. Unfortunately, I wasn't with you guys. I wish you guys would have been there. One of the funny things is when we ordered out food, we were ordering out from a halal place, and the sandwiches were named after. The sandwiches were called, Fat Bitch, Fat Drunk, and Fat Filipino.
Right.
So that was...
You bastard.
It was hilarious.
Which one did you order, Anthony?
Especially when I was on the phone, I basically... Everyone was staring at me.
Answer my question,
I
Anthony.
skipped over the question. Fat Filipino. I just laughed.
I'm hurt.
No.
I'm hurt.
It was just basically because... Everyone was staring at the face. Is he going to order? He's going to be able to have a straight face when he orders? And I did. I was just like, can I have 2 fat bitches and a fat drunk? Thank you. And that was it. It was really funny.
Right. My story also comes from a convention. It was Otakon, and one night we just decided, hey, let's go to the rave.
Oh yeah, the rave.
Remember that the rave?
Yeah,
So it was you, me, Nelson, and Justin. Wanted to experience the rave and enjoy it, have a night out. And at some point, we all kind of got separated from each other, and I found myself going up this girl, pretty looking in the light. I don't know for real, because I never got too close because a panda cock-blocked me.
Oh yeah.
The most surreal moment in my life was when I'm walking towards this girl. She's dancing, and a panda comes in my way and just starts, grinding with her. It's like, well, I'm gone. Bye.
Wow.
It was also really weird at that rave moment. I got hit on by a gay guy.
How many times?
Twice. Like one on the walk there. It was really weird. The guy said, "Oh, yeah."
Oh, I remember that. He was like, "You look good," and you look good.
I was like, "Wait, what?"
And then the weird thing is, it was because usually that's Nelson, whether he likes it or not. It's usually him, and he was standing in the middle of us, and we were joking around that he's gonna spread the curse to us just for this one night,
and it happened.
And it did.
And then we're down.
Because he skipped, he was standing in the middle of us. He was standing in the middle of us, and the guy pointed to Bryce and then to me, skipping Nelson, who was in the middle of us.
I know. And then we make it into the rave after the ridiculously long line it took us to get in there.
Holy shit.
I was like, oh my gosh. But then we make it onto the actual dance floor, and then was there a gay guy trying to grind on one of us? It was weird.
Wasn't that you he was trying to grind on?
I ran away.
You tried to run away.
No, I succeeded. I was like, yeah, this is not happening. No.
And I just
Bryce used speed boost.
It was the strangest thing. It was because at first when we were there, he was dancing with a girl,
right?
And he's like, whoa, back off.
And then suddenly, hey Bryce.
I walked toward. You saw a puff of smoke. I was gone.
And we were with Justin that night, and among the 4 of us, Justin is the only one who was spoken for, so he was playing the wingman.
Yeah.
And the style of wingman he tried to do that night was pointing at the groups of girls and pushing us toward there while he goes off to dance.
It's like sink or swim.
He's a very hands-off wingman.
He's like sink or swim. Sink or swim, guys.
Right.
Sink or swim.
It was funny though, because I don't know why, Justin, but just every time you would, point me in a direction, it would always end up be underage girls. And there was only one time that someone actually warned me before I go up to talk to them.
Oh my goodness, creepy bearded guy. Yes.
Creepy bearded guy.
Bearded guy.
Good look. Creepy bearded.
He was eyeing them the whole time. He was like, hey, just so you know, those are underage.
Oh,
thanks, man.
All right, I'm good. All right, thanks, man. And then he stood there. I mean, creepy bearded guy, if you're listening, good looking out.
Good looking out, but I hope you didn't do anything you'll regret now.
Did he just not want witnesses?
He just wanted you to stop eyeing his prey.
I mean...
Law and Order SVU, Otaku Edition.
So, I mean, those were good times, and that was the first time we went to Otakon, and it was a lot of fun. And
a lot of walking.
A lot of walking, yes. A lot of strip cheeses.
You know what? Oh, yes, there is good. You know what the weirdest part about Otakon is that we never really found our way around until the last day.
Until the very last day when we finally knew all of the shortcuts and saved us so much time.
And that's the thing about conventions. What the thing about if you get there on the first day, they have everything blocked off except for the dealer's room. And so to the point where you can't really explore or investigate the whole area. Mm-hmm. So by the next 2 or 3 days, you'll know the lay of the workout, so you can get to places.
The layout they had there was so convoluted.
Yeah,
we had to go. like to the another side of the building just to go downstairs.
Oh my goodness, it was just so difficult to go in a line to get into another line.
Yeah, there was just so many people and just going around the whole hotel and actually walking from our hotel. It was a lot of walking.
Right,
it was a good workout.
because we had like a hotel like way off in the distance, not the ones nearby.
Our energies were expended by the end of the day.
Like by the
It's like
time
gone.
we get to the convention, we're kind of tired.
Oh
so
my
we have
God.
to go to a panel just to sit down.
Remember the world-destroying bag?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. It was the greatest.
Yeah, my girlfriend, like, she had this, I don't know what she was thinking. She packed this bag with so much weight in the bag. Like, she could barely move it. I'm like, you're going to hurt yourself. Let me carry it for you.
He immediately regretted that decision.
Oh, okay, we just need to bring it to my friend's room, or, I mean, like, her hotel room, wherever she is. And, like, we couldn't even find their hotel, so I was dragging it. You know,
So, Anthony.
Out of the kindness of my heart, for 5 blocks, and then we had to go back, and then forth, and my arm was numb.
So that friend, how far away was she?
She's like around the block.
She was 1 block away.
Yeah.
For the entire time.
We split up for like 3 hours, and we
I
come.
felt bad. I felt bad too because at one point you had the bag and we were like,
the friend was
"Yo,"
late. She wasn't there.
Right.
Something kept coming up.
and at one point it was just like the 4 of us, you, me, like the 4 of us who went to the rave, the night after. That night we were like, "Yo, let's go to Hooters. Let's have some food," and then, but it's upstairs. And Anthony, you have the soul-crushing bag.
Yeah.
I did. It really hurt. It really pained me.
like-
and I did it only because I didn't want. I knew she would hurt herself from pulling the bag.
Aww.
So the next day, I wasn't around, so she decided to pull the bag on her own. I saw her later in the day. Oh yeah, I hurt my hand. They're like, why? It's like, oh, I was pulling the bag. I'm like, there you go. Well, next time, pack it in 2 bags.
The bag was actually really
Right.
heavy because
like, there
we
was
got
a
to
point-
curbs and we're like
Yeah.
we like 3 of us had to attempt
Like
to
we
pick
had
up
to
the bag.
stop, pick it up.
Pick it up.
All the curbs were like ridiculously high.
yeah,
And
what is
all
with
the,
that?
All the steps were ridiculously low.
Yeah,
like
it's real
staircases
strange.
were low, but like curbs were high, so we had to like bend down, grab the bag, lift it up, 3 of us, just so we can keep going.
It was
My soul was crushed.
an experience.
Soul crushing bag.
The other highlight of that weekend was we've already talked about it extensively, but the Comfort Net Adam panel. And,
Oh, yeah.
meeting them, and then getting their comic.
Right.
That was very interesting.
It really was, and like I Comfort and Adam, like recently, like if you haven't seen on our website yet, they've reached out to us and they actually gave us like PDF copies of like their latest like work, their compilation, and we got to review it and we loved it. It was really cool. And I mean, it was fun getting to meet people, the creators, knowing them, getting to see their work and reviewing it for the site, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I think that was pretty cool. And then besides that,
Wait, the audience is trying to tell us something.
They're trying to tell
Trying to
us
message
something.
us or something.
They're not using sign language.
They're horrible at sign language
type audience.
because like Amanda's been signaling me.
I don't know if that's
for
a
the
cross
longest time,
or
Like,
she's
You're exercising.
or
us.
she's pointing somewhere.
Exercising.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that was one of my topics on here. I forgot about it.
Right, so we were all right. They were trying to remind us of a story that did happen that we were gonna get to eventually, guys.
Patience is a virtue for a
Guys,
reason.
come on. But so that's what JT was. What you?
That's what that was?
This is a J.
You're horrible at this.
What is, this is a J? What? Wait, what's going on?
All right,
Wait.
okay.
Really, Megan's watching us, and she's on a computer. She could have just blown it up on Word or something. But
True.
so all right.
Or
so
paint.
all right. So Anthony, do you want to tell the JT story?
Yeah, this is gonna be really quick. Not that long of a story, but basically, we found out, or they found out, and told me like on the last day.
Oh,
we found out really late.
Oh no, we found out
There
the
were
night we
2
went to the
instances
rave.
actually, because when
I
we
didn't really find out. You guys found
when we
out.
were
Right.
heading back to when we were leaving for the rave on our way to the rave, we found out that One Republic had a concert the
Right.
night before while we were there. I was very upset about that.
It's okay.
And then while we were preparing to leave for the rave, down the elevator, we find out from one of the bellhops that Justin Timberlake and Jay-Z were staying in the same hotel we were staying in.
A floor above us.
We're like, wait, what?
And it was like the last day that we're there because it
Yeah.
was a concert in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I was like, the fuck? Why did we go to Otakon?
Like why? How did we not? And you know what? You know what? I think I finally realized the reason, because that hotel, while it was a Hilton, right?
Right.
While it was a Hilton, it's like a small Hilton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's also
Like,
out of the way.
So it's not gonna draw attention.
It's
Right,
a
right.
Hilton, and that would make sense for them. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a suite probably. And actually, I probably could have been by the room because one time, because I got lost in the hotel, I took the other side trying to get to a room, and I ended up in the suites section, and I didn't know where I was.
We could have met JT and
Imagine I heard, like, them
Jay-Z.
jamming, like, oh, what's that? Oh, hey, I like that song. And then I walk out, and then I find out, like, fuck, that was that. But then, strangely enough, like, later on, like, maybe, like, 2-3 months later, I told you about it, like, 2 months later, maybe in October, I found out, like, randomly, I got a text from my sister, like, both of my sisters, and it was just, like, one of them, my sister sent me, like, oh, my God, and she sent this picture of her husband with JT at the airport. So,
damn.
JT came down for a concert here, like, in Newark or something.
Oh, yeah, that was like a really
Jersey.
quick thing in Hoboken, right?
Oh, yeah,
Because,
Hoboken, yeah.
because her husband, my brother-in-law, works in Newark Airport. You got a
Right.
picture with him, and the this is like, oh my God, did you see that? I was like, oh my God.
And that,
And I'm
see,
like,
that could have
so
been you,
close.
like, months before, like, at Otakon with a picture of Jay-Z and JT.
Not Jay-Z. JT. Just kidding.
So, as you can tell, Otakon was, like, that was a fun time,
cool.
and we're actually planning on going to another convention soon.
Yeah, conventions are fun.
We're going to Katsucon in February, so look out for crazy stories from there.
Woo! I'm trying to remember other stories. What else happened this year? There's a lot.
Oh, let's not say the 7-Eleven story. That was, all right. Do we have to talk about? Do you
No,
guys remember
I
the
don't remember
7-Eleven?
I don't remember this.
Oh, Nelson.
We can save this for
Nelson, forgive me.
We can save this. We could save it for the off-camera topics. Let the audience,
Fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Right. So, just so you guys just really quickly, then, Nelson has a tendency to attract certain types of people.
Oh, yeah.
And it usually happens when he goes away from the group.
Yeah.
So we tell him never leave the group. What does he always do?
The buddy
leave,
system.
leave the group.
Yes.
He's like Carl from the previous seasons of Walking Dead.
Oh, God.
He's never in the house.
Oh, God.
It's like we're in 7-Eleven. We turn around. Nelson's not there. He's waiting outside. So we're buying all of our stuff. We look back, and he's talking to a really, really weird man. And I'll leave it at that. Sorry, Nelson.
No, we're gonna leave it alone.
There you go.
We're just gonna leave it at
And Nelson never came back the same.
No, it didn't. No, he never.
Oh,
did.
No, he was
God.
the same. He was just angry or annoyed. Why?
Because the thing is, he can't blame us for that one. That was all him.
And that's why we came up with the
Yes.
joke we came up with.
Yes, and again, very sorry, Nelson.
We're gonna leave it off.
That's not gonna make it on camera. Don't worry. You're good.
Yeah. So that's about it.
So, I mean, that's about it. We've had an amazing year. Actually, for those of you who are kind of interested, the podcast and the website turned 1 year old on December 12th, 2013, a year from when the website first went up. It was a very important day to us for many reasons, but
because the site had its birthday.
because the site the site has been like my baby, honestly, guys, and I really do thank you for going with this journey on me for a year and a few weeks now.
I know, right?
Oh, you guys!
kind of gross.
Hey! It's yours, Anthony. If this was my baby, it's yours
As
too.
long as it's not mine.
Because I'm a ditto.
No, you're.
On that note.
On that note, thank you very much for being with us for this year. Thank you for, just watching and listening to everything that we've done this year. Very sincerely, thank you to Manda, to Megan, Justin, Nelson, wherever you are, and of course my wonderful co-hosts Anthony and Bryce.
Cheers.
It's been a great
Hola.
year, guys. We're going on a brief hiatus. We'll be back during 2014. Look for us there, and we'll see you next time.
Better than ever.
Deuces.
Happy holidays, guys.
Tune